friends. It was kind of a low-key weekend over here, but I got some stuff done on the tiny house today, and I figured I would take you guys along for the ride and yeah, kind of just share my day today and what I did. So I hope you enjoy. Let's start very first thing in the morning when I'm not fully human yet, obviously, until I've had my coffee. My morning routine, I try and do the same thing every day. It lasts a couple hours, starts with coffee, then goes into planning my day. I started bullet journaling, I think last month. And I don't do it for aesthetics. I do it for accountability and self-discipline. And I actually really like it. Works for me. So yeah, just kind of plan out my day, have some coffee, hang out with these beasts, and a book. I just started reading We Were 8 Years in Power, and I'm not very far into it, but so far so good. Really like it. Definitely recommend if you're into that type of thing. I think a lot of people have read Between the World and Me. I haven't read that one yet, but I like this one so far. And after I've had time to chill, like wake up, reach my full human form, once that's all complete, then I can start tackling stuff in the tiny house. So my to-do list for the tiny house today wasn't very long. It's Sunday and I still want to enjoy the rest of my evening. So all I wanted to do was finish installing some panels on the northeast wall of the bathroom and install some braces for the kitchen cabinets. The bathroom wall didn't take too long. I just had to finish cutting a couple of panels and screwing them into place. And the thing that actually takes the longest on these wall panels is just screwing them in. If it looks like I keep going over the same spots multiple times, it's because I kind of am. I first have to pre-drill a hole and then countersink the hole and then drive a drywall screw in. And I did try a few different types of screws when I was first practicing some wall paneling. I tried some pancake screws and some general construction screws, and I found that countersinking into the panel a little bit and then driving in a 1-inch drywall screw works the best. Even though these aren't drywall panels, they're 1/4-inch plywood, I still want to make sure I get a flush finish with those screws so that I can go over them with some paintable silicone caulk to make the walls look like walls instead of paneling. So hopefully at the end of all of this paneling, when the tiny house is all said and done, the walls will look like regular walls in the interior of any home. But instead of drywall and drywall mud, it's going to be 1/4-inch plywood and paintable caulk. So after that portion of the wall was complete, it was time for lunch, my favorite part of the day. And I know that last clip, you were probably like, wait, the whole wall wasn't finished. I know I still have like half of it left to do, but I'm going to be paneling that part of the wall with a different type of material. It'll be like 1x6s or something, but you'll see in the future. So after lunch, I came back out to the tiny to install some braces for open shelving and cabinets in the kitchen. So since the framing in the tiny house is 2 foot on center instead of 16 inches on center, and because it's a tiny house on wheels and it's going to be going down the road with a ton of vibration and movement and flexing in the future, that's why I'm installing all of this bracing for all of the shelves and all of the cabinets in the kitchen. It just makes me feel a lot more confident about the integrity of the build and the durability of it, knowing that there's going to be abundant space to really screw all the cabinets into the walls and make sure everything's secure. And right about at this point, I realized, wait a second, something doesn't look right. Those of you with experience in building or renovating kitchens might notice those top 2 braces don't look like they're long enough. Standard upper kitchen cabinets are like 30 inches tall, and I don't know what was off with my math or my measurements, but I didn't install the top brace high enough. It was about 5 inches too short. And once I realized this, I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. Like this, I'll just fix this tomorrow. I'll fix these 3 braces that I already installed tomorrow. Call it a day. And I have moments like that sometimes where something just doesn't go to plan, or I make a mistake, or I'm not paying attention and I mess up. And I just want to throw in the towel. Like, okay, tiny house wins today. I give up for today. I'll try again tomorrow. But today was different. I think it was because it was so sunny out. I still had a few hours of daylight left. And I thought, okay, I could probably knock this out and still have plenty of time left to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. So I started fresh on the north side of the house. I know that sounds kind of funny, but have you guys ever like messed up on something and so you go to the other side, like if you're painting your nails and you mess up on one hand, you're like, okay, I give up on this hand. I'll come back to it. I'm gonna start fresh on the other hand. It's kind of the same mindset here. I just flipped over to the north side of the house, left those other ones up on the south side, yeah, and just started fresh. Measured out the correct height and started putting up the rest of the braces. So I must have given myself a boost of motivation after deciding not to give up, because once I finished the braces on the north side of the house, I went back to the south side of the house and uninstalled and reinstalled the braces that I messed up the first time. My original goal was just to finish that northeast bathroom wall and install only 4 braces. But with that boost of motivation, I actually finished all of the bracing in the tiny house, which is pretty exciting. So now that all of this is done, I can panel the kitchen walls once I fix all that insulation, of course, and build kitchen cabinets and install those too, which is exciting. So that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching what I did in the tiny house. I hope you enjoyed it.